This person can't take it anymore. This person is stuck in their cave, and I'm talking about the person, not the gender. They are someone who has a structure, who has a rigid way of thinking, who has selfish thoughts or thoughts with a lot of pride, with a lot of ego, limiting thoughts that prevent them from leaving that cave, that prevent them from leaving that comfort zone, from being with you, from doing what they want. They are someone who can't take it anymore. It's as if they are going crazy. I want you to know that this person in their environment, in their family or at work, is someone who is no longer the same, who is no longer the same. They are someone who is isolating themselves, who is not sharing what they feel, who is being more irritable than usual or more furious, because they think everything is going wrong, they think they are doing everything wrong, that they are having bad luck, that nothing is as it should be and everything. Why? Because he has simply let himself be carried away by what others will say, his obligations, debts, perhaps, his duties, his status, his hierarchy, the opinion of others. I feel that he is someone who has simply limited himself to pretending instead of being himself. He is someone who has painted a reality with you in his mind. He would love to be brave, he would love to fight, he would love to be more aggressive or driven forward. It is as if he wants to have another way of being because he is someone who perhaps appears to be tough, and yet inside he is like a scared little rabbit. That's how it is. How does he feel? How does he see himself? And how is it that he does not feel proud of his life or his decisions? He isolates himself, tries to hide or tries to disguise this existential emptiness. These shortcomings are how bad he feels, pretending to have a strong character, pretending to have everything under control, even editing the photographs or smiling more than necessary in the photographs so that you can see him better than ever. He is never someone who is trying too hard to pretend that everything is going a million times better for him than before or when he was with you. Because in some way it is his way of running away from you. It is his way of aggrandizing his ego. It is his way of saying, I am here in my situation. I choose to be where I am because I am happy here, because it really suits me, because it really is the best. And he is someone who the more he pretends to be what he is not and the more he pretends to be fine, he is the opposite of my heart. So, if you're seeing this person posting photos on social media that are increasingly happy, showing absolute and unconditional love to someone else, something they've never done with you, or strange, very emotional behaviors from this person, and you see it as too much to be him or her because you really know what he or she is like, it seems strange to you. You think about it because this person is forcing everything to convince themselves that you're not for them, that they really want to continue in their life, because I feel that this may not just be about family, a partner, a status or a job, some kind of physical difference with you, with the people they normally hang out with. This is someone who has convinced themselves that you are incompatible. There is some kind of difference here that separates them, or so they think. It could also be that this person has never liked relationships or commitments, or that they come from a past where they did have a relationship, but it went badly, they got their heart broken or something happened. Nowadays, this person is tired of relationships, and then they meet you, and then things happen with you, and then they get attached to you. Because they are afraid of all that attachment, it is like they turn their back on you and continue with their life, having intimacy with many people or meeting many people without getting attached to anyone, because they feel that this person is stronger there. They feel that they can control their life. However, if they let themselves be carried away by their feelings and emotions for you, they would feel vulnerable and you would have a certain control over this person. And that is what they do not want. They are afraid of it. The earth signs are very marked here: Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, but especially in Taurus. Let's see what else. Although remember that since this is a general reading, all the signs are still involved. And look at what they're telling me. This person is pretending to be fine or is pretending to turn their back on you or not fight for you or has moved on. They're trying to pretend because they see you as too good. I feel like there's been some gossip here where they've been told that maybe you're with someone, or you're starting with someone, or someone has told them that they're too happy and that you're probably with someone else, even if it's a lie, my heart. You know how people are, but I feel like this person is enraged. They're upset because all this is coming to them. Or maybe this person has been too paranoid or too jealous of you even though they're the one who's run away from this bond of connection. This is someone who may have wanted to keep their life going, but at the cost of you following them or surrendering at their feet. Every time they came into your life, you opened your arms to them. You opened the doors of your heart as if nothing had happened. And while he could continue with his life, perhaps you had to behave in a submissive way or you had to control his jealousy attacks even though you were really the only person who was loyal to him or her in their heart, while he or she did what he or she wanted. And it's like this is over. I feel like you're turning your back on him or her, that you're ignoring him or her, that you're not answering his or her messages, or if you do, you're doing it in a different way, abrupt, distant, cold. And I feel that because of this, in his or her mind, this person is imagining that you're with someone else, that you're moving on, that someone else is giving you what he or she didn't know how to give you. And this makes him furious, angry, crazy, jealous, even if it's not true. But just seeing that you're not the same as you were or that you're not giving him what you used to, is something that infuriates him. It's something he doesn't like. It's something he can't stand anymore. It's something that hurts him too much. You hurt him a lot, my heart. Even though today he tries to pretend otherwise, tries to follow his ideals or continue his life or follow his obligations or follow his structures or follow what others say or follow that libertine way of life. Meeting many people, traveling without having anything serious, but he really wants to be with you. He is a person who is being too contradictory and you can't stand this anymore. That's why you empower yourself. That's why you look towards yourself. That's why you want to let go if this person doesn't make up their mind. And of course you're already considering several possibilities and you're opening yourself up to the new, the miracles and the blessings of the universe. Because if this person doesn't change, doesn't offer you what they have to offer in a reasonable amount of time, you won't be there anymore. Because this person has hurt you. This person has made you feel that at some point they have played with your feelings or played with your nobility, with your honesty, with your heart. That hurts you because for a long time you were very stagnant. Even some of you, still today, are heartbroken or have a somewhat paralyzed energy, asking yourself why things aren't moving, why certain things aren't happening between you, or why this person isn't moving towards you if the connection is clear, if the feelings are clear, if it's obvious that they're dying for you. Why aren't they changing for you? And it's because this person is afraid, and it's also because you're feeling attached. You have to let go a little more of the desire to manifest this person. Because if you stagnate yourself and vibrate low, my heart, it is not possible for you to manifest miracles and blessings in your life. Because in some way it is a test from the universe that is telling you to detach yourself, to let go, to realize that you do not need anything or anyone to be happy, that you are enough by yourself to achieve what you want, to give yourself all the love that you have always needed from someone outside of yourself. And it is as if you feel, somehow, that the moment has come, or that you are going to feel that the moment is going to come to let go. Because that will be the only way that this person, when they perceive that you are not really energetically after them, is when they will wake up and come towards you. They will focus on you. When you stop focusing on them, this person will give you all your attention, but they need to miss you. They need to see that you are not there. They need to see that you have completely different behaviors. So continue to empower yourselves. It is essential in this energy today for your person to react. The water signs Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer are very marked here. Look, you realize, the only way for this person to react today is by going crazy, by starting from scratch, literally, by leaving everything behind to move towards you, because they realize that if they do nothing they will lose you, or will lose you forever. And it is something they cannot allow, because the connection they have experienced with you is something out of the ordinary. It is something uncommon. It is something they have never experienced. It is something they know in their conscience, deep down, that it will never happen again. They know it. There is a little voice inside them that tells them so. So, the only way for this person to react and go crazy over you is for you to continue on your path, to let go, to detach yourself, to continue flowing with life, accepting the new blessings and miracles that will appear in it, being grateful for what you have at this moment, and trusting in the process that all of this is totally necessary for you, so that you can recover your self-love, your self-confidence, and for this person to realize that they can lose you and finally focus on you, because this person will begin to respect you and value you and love you the moment you do it for yourself. Of course. Do you know why? Because once you value yourself, respect yourself, love yourself, open yourself up to the blessings of life, of the universe, this person will not be able to stop what is coming their way. Chaos, pain, loss. They feel that their life is no longer the same. He feels like everything is chaotic. He feels like he can no longer stop all the feelings and emotions he feels for you, which will only get bigger. And no matter how hard he tries to stop it as he has done before, he can no longer do so. And he is going to have to succumb to your expectations. He is going to have to succumb to giving in. He is going to have to succumb to declaring his feelings, to having a serious and stable relationship with you. Because if he doesn't, he will lose you, because you are not going to accept less than you deserve. So, keep working on yourself, because you are going to achieve it. That is the message from the universe. The energies of fire are very marked here. Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. You are going to get your little person to stand out. You are going to get this person, despite having had the energy of the Hanged Man. You are going to get your siren song, regardless of your gender, whether you are a man or a woman, to attract him, to hypnotize him, so that he cannot separate himself from you, so that he needs to know about you, so that he needs to know that your heart is still his. You are going to make this person change their attitude and start floating and flowing towards you in a pleasant way, in a way that they cannot avoid, because like those ancient sailors who were attracted by the siren song, this person is going to approach you in a fluid way, so that they are moving forward as they were not before, and all thanks to what? To your empowerment in your heart. Keep standing firm, keep maintaining boundaries, keep attending to your needs before the needs of your person. You come first. You must always prioritize yourself so that this person does not play games anymore, so that this person does not steal the most valuable part of your being. Because I feel that, even though this person didn't do it with bad intentions as such, but was simply doing it out of pure selfishness, out of ego, to continue maintaining their circumstances, out of fear of change, out of their immaturity, out of their cowardice. This is someone who, whether they did it consciously or not, hurt you. They did hurt you anyway. And you felt that they played with your feelings and disappeared when you offered them the greatest things in you, whether it was intimacy, good times, advice, a house, a roof over your head, financial help. I feel that every time this person needed help, you were there and gave them absolutely everything, 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 everything unconditionally, whatever they asked for. And there you gave it to them, always being unconditional, always being kind, always being a good person, always adapting to their life, to their circumstances, to their time, to their everything. And it's like you got tired because you reached a point where you felt empty and empty by their side. It's like it seemed like your life didn't matter because they didn't give it to you. Until you realize that it's not that he or she didn't give you importance, it's that you weren't giving yourself any importance, and therefore that person doesn't give you any importance either, because in the end we receive our own frequency from other people. How can you expect to receive respect from another person if you don't respect yourself? Well, I feel that many of you have woken up or are waking up and are realizing this, that either you get your act together, react and respect yourself, or this person is going to continue acting the same as always. So, this person knows that either they approach you in a different way, or you're not going to succumb to their traps anymore, or you're not going to let yourself be carried away by nice words, or by a moment of intimacy, or by a moment of vulnerability on your part, because you know that in the end they're going to leave again and you don't want that. You're now looking for stability, tranquility, because you're not up for games anymore. And this person knows it, and that's why you've somehow tried to resist giving in or asking for forgiveness for some circumstance in order to avoid a conversation. Something that hurt you, that harmed you, something that they did erratically with you, thinking that it would be the best thing to hear from you. It turns out that it was like the straw that broke the camel's back. And perhaps that's why this person has been putting off getting closer or noticing communication lately, or has been too cruel lately, and it's because they're trying to maintain their pride, their ego, they're not budging, or they were waiting for you to be the one to crawl in order to demand an explanation or to ask for forgiveness. And it's like, since they see that you don't do it, there's someone who's trying to give you signals or put you in a bad mood or make you jealous with those photos or by bragging that their life is perfect in order to somehow hurt your ego. To see if you'll react, to see if you'll show them that you're not moving on like you seem to be doing. And what this person doesn't imagine is that you're not bluffing, that you're really making important decisions in your life to move forward and leave it behind if the tide doesn't change. And this is what's happening to them. This is what's hurting them. This is what's hurting them. That really, far from you. They're literally going crazy. That's what they keep channeling to me. And it has the energy of a 5 of gold, a 5 of pentacles, lack, need, loneliness, misunderstanding. It's someone who is living a terrible life, an empty life, a life that doesn't fulfill them, a life that perhaps used to please them in some way, but now it doesn't anymore. Ever since they met you, since they connected with you, there's someone who needs change. That's why it's the number 5. Because even though this person lives in a mansion or apparently has what they always dreamed of, or is in the place they once fought for and thought they had to be there out of obligation, there's someone who is no longer satisfied with that and literally feels homeless even though they have a roof over their head. Let's see if you understand me. It's someone who, even though they have all the gold in the world or all the material things in the world, or have done everything officially right in their life, there's someone who doesn't feel good. There's someone who feels totally alone, totally misunderstood. This is what you are feeling, and this person really needs you. They need you. They need to talk to you. They need to see that you react to boost their ego. Because if you don't give them light, this person won't shine. This person has realized that they thought that somehow you were going to drag yourself down, or that you were the person or part that was going to suffer the most with all this, and they are realizing that in the end the one who is losing is themselves. The energy of Virgo, Capricorn is marked. Oh, it's incredible what this little person is doing. They suffer so much because they see how they are losing the person of their life, the love of their life, regardless of the connection that you are living or have lived. Whether it was a long time ago or a short time ago, it doesn't matter. This person considers you as their soulmate, as a magical connection, as a unique connection, as a connection that they have never lived, that they have never experienced. This person even hates themselves for not acting in accordance with their feelings. Because if he really fantasizes about having a relationship with you, a commitment to you, getting married or having a home with you or seeing you every sunrise, why doesn't he act? Why does he stay where he is? Why doesn't he look for you? And it's because there are things to heal here, because he is a very, very, very cowardly person, very selfish too, very materialistic, very earthly. He doesn't let himself be carried away by energies, by feelings, by emotions. He tries to stop everything. Everything that causes him chaos. Everything that scares him. This person tries to stop it. Tries to pretend that nothing has happened. But it's a lie. He's fooling himself when this is really what your person dreams of. A celebration with you, having you forever, looking at you, admiring you and seeing you happy. That's what would really make your person happy. The signs of Sagittarius, Leo, Aries are very marked here. Look at what your person feels. If you had doubts about what your person thinks, what they really feel towards you, whether they have important feelings because they make you doubt with those erratic behaviors. It's a King of Cups. But look, right here in this tarot, it's a King of Cups, like with coins, with pentacles, with gold. What does this mean? That it really is a King of Cups, that they only feel feelings for you, but they maintain their status, their structure, they don't let go of the material, and that's their big mistake. That's what makes them feel strange in that situation, because they feel like a kind of alien, if you notice, and they feel like they're between two worlds, between the feelings they have for you and starting a new life or their material world. the world they've fought for, the world that makes them grow their ego. This is someone who has to heal, who has to make decisions no longer based on their ego, but based on their feelings. This is someone who has to heal that. This is someone who has to finally let go of the material. This is someone who has to let go of the physical as well. They also have to let go of the fact that no one is better than anyone else, or that everyone has rights, everyone has feelings, everyone has emotions, and that just because one person has something material and another person doesn't, that doesn't mean they're not equal, or that they're incompatible, or that one deserves more than the other. This person has been thinking radically for a long time, or that's what they've been taught. I feel like this person has limiting growths that come from their transgenerational family, and they have to take control of their life because if they don't, they're going to feel like they're in complete chaos, in complete conflict, first with themselves, and then with their environment. And everything is going to start going wrong for them. They're going to realize that even though they seem to have everything or have built an empire, a family, or a rigid structure, whether mental or physical, it's something that no longer works for them. They have to realize that the beliefs of the past no longer serve them in this new reality. Let's see what else you have to say about the Raider Wipe Tarot. What else does your person want to tell us? Let's go. What else do you want to tell us? And if you're enjoying the reading and it's resonating with you, I invite you to give me a like, to subscribe if you haven't already, because that way you would help your channel a lot, and above all, tell me something more about your story in the comments, because I love getting to know you better, connecting with you and helping you a little more, and that's what you asked me for. Let's see what else your person wants to tell us today. This person would tell you right now that you don't know the mental chaos they're going through, that they're having a really bad time, that they really think they're the winner, but they really know they're not, and that's the worst thing in the world. They feel very inferior to you, even though they're trying to prove otherwise. And it's something he doesn't like to think about, because he already knows perfectly well that you've already realized that he's not really as important as he thinks he is, or that he's not really as happy as he seems, or that he doesn't really have everything under control as he pretends to have, and this makes him more ashamed of you. That's also why sometimes he has trouble looking at your face, looking you in the eyes, or he stays distant or doesn't talk to you because he feels like he's ruined everything with you, that he's behaved in such a cowardly, immature, in such an incomprehensible way that he's embarrassed to talk to you because he does consider you a real man or a real woman. Look what they tell me. I've marked Gemini, Aquarius here. Also, I feel this new person in your life, in my heart. I feel that if you are with someone else, this person has delayed their communication, their contact due to anger, jealousy, believing that perhaps you have really moved on, that you are not going to give them a chance, and therefore, out of fear of rejection, they do not talk to you, because they do not want to give in. If you do not know anyone or are not with anyone, a new person is going to come into your life, my heart, and this is going to cause a lot of conflict. But yes or yes, if you are here in this reading, it is not by chance. Here is a new person in your life, whether you already know them or you are dating them, regardless of their gender, whether they are male or female, or you are going to meet them and also very soon. And it is as if this person is going to have to deal with this new energy that is coming into your life, that enters your life or that is in your life. Will have to compete, and that causes conflict, because in the end he or she wants to be the winner of the battle, but he or she doesn't have it all with him or her. He or she doesn't really know how all this is going to turn out. Again, the Four of Wands over the Four of Wands. This person is also afraid that you will marry someone else, or that you will move in with someone, or that you will consolidate with someone. He or she is very afraid that you will think that the person in your life is that new person and that you will not decide on him or her. My heart is afraid that you will see a special connection with a new person and not with him or her. But the guides, angels, and your beings of light are channeling to me that please continue like this, because you are increasingly putting the idea in your person's head of giving yourself stability, that as long as you don't go with someone else and celebrate with someone else a greater commitment, or that you have advances in your life that will later be difficult to change, before that happens, this person will fight. This person is going to want to get rid of the competition, so keep setting boundaries, keep doing your thing, keep empowering yourself, keep letting go, and you'll see this person creeping up behind you and trying to win you over. There you have it. Even if it's been slow up until now, this person is going to gradually get closer to you to test the waters, to see how you feel, to see what you're doing, to see what's happening in your life. And they're going to do it in a polite way, in a way that's not so noticeable at first, but you're going to see progress, you're going to see a connection. You realize with the energy of the world here, if you were far away and it was a long-distance relationship or through chats or conversations, and everything was at a standstill, or you were physically or emotionally distant, it is someone who reconnects with you and you feel like things are back to normal, but with the only difference being that you are not going to accept what was before, with the only difference being that you are not going to allow them to enter your life, your energy, or to know about you if they do not offer you something serious and stable first. The energy of the crazy person again. This person is going to ask you for a chance. They are going to tell you that they are starting from scratch. They are going to ask you to please listen to them, that they have things to offer you, that they have new plans, that they want to resolve this issue, this situation that is not allowing them to be happy. Here I feel someone who, despite having pride at the beginning or being too down to earth, too rational, is someone who is trying to abandon all that, because if not, he will see or feel you further and further away, and he doesn't want that. He doesn't want to lose you, my heart, and he will want to compete because jealousy is killing him. This attitude of yours is hurting him too much. The situation is hurting him, or the situation of someone new appearing in your life is going to hurt him. This is someone who is finally going to stop giving you crumbs and is going to offer you what he didn't give you before. He is going to be fair, just with you, balanced. Finally. Do you realize? There is a balance here. Here he makes decisions because he knows perfectly well that the only thing that is not working is that this person was not being real with you, that this person is running away, that this person was putting off the decisions that were clear for later, was putting off making decisions for later regarding a magical, indescribable, unique connection and everything. Why? Because of their fears, because they don't change, because they don't make decisions. This is someone who is finally finding balance, who is able to make these decisions that were distancing them from you. Do you see? Three of Pentacles is someone who is going to grow spiritually, emotionally, and personally, and above all, they are going to want to talk to you because I feel and see a pending conversation between the two of you, something that didn't end in the best way. This person owes you explanations. This person has to explain to you many things about why they acted, how they acted, why they walked away, or why they didn't come before. This person wants to clarify everything for you. And why? Because they don't want to see you with anyone else. Because you're literally going to drive them crazy because they've spoken too much throughout the reading. And I feel like someone who comes closer and talks to you or literally loses their mind, loses their head. Let's see what else with the Oracle, the Kingdom of the Soul. Let's see what else your little person wants to tell us today. Let's see what else. And I also want to thank those little souls who trust me for private readings. It truly fills my heart when they tell me that they find those answers, that light and that guidance that they were looking for on such difficult, intimate, and personal issues. So infinite thanks for all your support, your love, your affection, and your wonderful recommendations. Let's see what else we have here. Let's go. Letter number 24. The Tree of Desires calls you. An almost forgotten wish comes true. You realize that all paths open up to you and everything. Why? Because you empower yourself, because you work on yourself, on your self-love, on your detachment. You let go and you will see how he or she comes into your life. A wish comes true. A wish that you thought was forgotten. A wish that you thought was impossible. Because I hear many people saying, yes, it's like he always says he'll come back to the tarot readings. But he never does and time goes by and I wait and he doesn't come back. That's the problem. What are you waiting for? If you let go, you can't wait for anything or anyone. You have to let go completely. You can't be focused on yourself all the time, obsessed with a call from them, a message, or seeing what they're doing or why they're smiling so much with that person, etc., whatever it may be. You have to be focused on yourself, on your new life, on making different plans, different activities that enrich you as a person. You have to allow yourself to flow, to meet more people, leave behind the comparisons with those new people and this person you're asking me about. You have to let go of the desire for your manifestation and you'll see that it comes true. But if you're waiting for someone, no matter how much a tarot reading tells you they're going to come, they're never going to come. Because if you wait for this person to arrive to be happy, the universe will tell you, no, I won't grant your wish until you realize that you have to be happy for yourself. You don't need anything or anyone to be happy, because it's the universe's way of teaching you to grow spiritually, to look out for yourself, to empower yourself. So, my heart, be happy with yourself, and then external things will come that will complete that happiness that is already in you. That is already in you, my heart. Let's see. Card number 13, the Arcane of Death. Scorpio, very marked here. Stay above the dark days of life. Don't fight, trust. The light always returns. You realize exactly what I was talking about. Trust, my heart. You are blessed. Don't fight. Don't try to control everything. No matter how much you observe this person, no matter how much you spy on them, no matter how much you try, if you wait for some kind of signal, nothing will happen. On the contrary, what you resist persists. So, focus on yourself. Because the only way for this person to fight for you, to respect you, to value you, to love you, is for you to fight for yourself, to respect yourself, to value yourself, and to love yourself above all else. Get off the pedestal that you have put this person on. Bring them down and climb up on them. Get on your own pedestal so that they are the ones who have to fight and go after you, my heart. That's how energy works. That's how manifestation works. And letter number 21. Recognize desperation as an opportunity. In it, you will find the gift of awakening. Here it is. Because only in the darkest days can you see the light. Only in desperation can you find calm. Why? Because in the end, after so much despair, after so much being overwhelmed, we get tired, we get exhausted, and we say, enough is enough. That's enough. I get tired. I look out for myself. I focus on myself. I work on myself and, oh, wow. Just when you've turned the page and new people start coming into your life or you're finally happy, suddenly that person we were asking about comes into our life. Why would that be? Because you are vibrating high. Because you are attracting everything good and positive. Because you are putting all the attention on yourself, and therefore all the people who are interested in you pay attention to you in a way that they never had before. That is the magic, my heart. Fall in love with yourself and the rest will fall in love with you. I promise you. Let's look at some letters and numbers to see if they adapt to you, to your person, or to your situation. Let's go. And I also invite you to my other channel, Interactive Tarot Today with Eden, where I publish interactive content about your little person. So I'll see you there as well. Thank you. Thank you. And here we have the letter F, the letter A, the letter Y, H, the letter O number 0, the letter C, the letter B, W, M, the number 6 or 9, Y, the letter J, S, M, W, the letter Q, the L or number 7, the S, the letter G, the number 6, the number 9, the L or number 7, the letter D, the number 3, the Latin capital I or lowercase l, the number 6 or number 9, and the letter X. So my beautiful family full of light, infinite thanks for your presence again. I hope I have helped you with today's reading. I hug you with all my love and with all my affection. And until the next reading, my hearts.